RYOBI just released two brand new cordless stick vacuums, and today we're going to compare them and then test them back to back. Now, I just did an overview video of these vacuums, but today we're going to do a deep dive into the real world performance. Now, if you have allergies or pets, there's something you should definitely know, so stay for the whole video. And here are the contenders. We got the 18V 1+ HP high capacity and the HP Advanced. There's also a wet vacuum, but for this video, we're just gonna focus on these two. RYOBI did send me both of these vacuums for testing, but they haven't paid me, and I've insisted on no conditions for my review, so let's get started. This is the high capacity. This is a more singular focused, sort of a one-piece type design. This is the entry level. The canister is 1 liter and it has a cyclonic filter design, and that is supposed to increase suction. Yes, we're gonna test that in just a moment. This is $229 and $279 with a battery and charger. You can get this at Home Depot, and if you purchase through my links, you will help support the channel and I will get a small little commission. What I like about RYOBI is if you've already got batteries and a charger and you're in the ecosystem, you can just get the vacuum alone, and you can use this with roughly 300 different tools right now, and it's expanding every single year. It has pretty simple controls. You've got an on-off switch, and then you've got these buttons here which tell you how much suction you're gonna get. You get 3 different power levels, and then you can turn the brush roll on or off. And before we go to the Advanced, I want to address something that has taken the internet by storm. Is it green? Is it yellow? We're gonna find out a little later in the video, but let me know down below in the comments. We're gonna test it. This is the Advanced. This is $299 for the vacuum and accessories alone, and $379 with the battery kit. And in the case of the Advanced, you get this charging dock where you slip the vacuum in here, you can charge it up, you mount this on your wall, and then you can also put your different attachments right into this holders over here. So that is what you get with the price difference. This has a 1 liter capacity canister. It is also cyclonic filtration, pops out like this. And this also comes with a HEPA filter, which the high capacity doesn't have. And a HEPA filter is going to be able to filter particles and dust down to 0.3 microns. That's around the size of really small things like my cat's brains. Both these vacuums have a 10-inch head and anti-wrap technology, which is essentially an anti-tangle system. Now, let's get into the testing. Now, in my last video, I just did some basic introductory vacuuming performance testing, but this time we're gonna do the full gamut, and people also wanna see some close-ups of the actual vacuuming action itself, so ask and you shall receive. We're starting with suction at the wand on the Advanced because that's the only one with a wand. It spiked up to 23 kilopascals and then settled down to 19. Next, we tested suction at the head. Here the Advanced scored 8 kilopascals, but the high capacity was a little higher at 10 kilopascals, and it's a little bit less money. Now we're gonna test airflow at the head on our wooden box, starting with the Advanced. It scored 4.7 meters per second with the head open, and then when we sealed it up, it went up to 6.1 meters per second. Next, we tested the high capacity, and it was 4 meters per second unsealed, and when we sealed it up, it was 5 meters per second. So a little bit lower than the Advanced, but still pretty close. Overall, their performance with suction and airflow is pretty similar, but suction is just one aspect of good vacuuming performance. That's why we're gonna test pickup next. For this vacuuming performance test, we're gonna sprinkle 40 grams of sand on this carpet, vacuum it up, and then measure it afterwards. We're gonna grind it in for good measure, and then let's start with the high capacity. And just to make sure the carpet is completely clean between passes, I'm using my Dyson V15 on max suction. And for the Advanced, we're gonna do the exact same test. We're gonna put 40 grams of sand on the carpet, grind it in, and let's go. Now the carpets look super clean after each test, but I wanted to be sure because normally I run these tests only once. I actually ran these tests twice, and the high capacity picked up 95% both times, and the Advanced picked up 83% both times, so consistent. And surprisingly, the less expensive one was a little bit of a better performer. They both performed really well on hardwood, although the Advanced is definitely better at getting under beds, and it is definitely a lot easier to use on stairs. I'm actually going to measure out some 9-inch hair, which is the length they say is the maximum that it'll do without getting tangled up with their anti-wrap technology. Let's give it a shot. I'd say, yeah, that's a win. In our HEPA/canister test, we are looking to see how well the vacuum seals the dirt and the dust inside the canister. And you can see here the performance is fairly average for both of these, which means some small particles might get back into your home. Next, we tested the noise at 1 meter, and the high capacity was an average of 69 decibels, whereas the advanced was actually quite a bit louder at an average of 74 decibels. But now we have reached the most important part of the video, a question that has been debated for thousands of years by the likes of Aristotle and Plato. Is RYOBI green or yellow? Let's find out. I'm sitting next to my Toyota Supra. This color is called Nitro Yellow. Yes, probably named by some marketing people in Japan, although it was built in Austria. And this RYOBI looks undoubtedly green next to Nitro Yellow, and so does the box. But that's not good enough. We need to consult with Mother Nature. This is my lemon tree, but the leaves look awfully green to me, don't they? Mother Nature likes to make green things, and this RYOBI next to it darn well looks yellow to me. Next to my shrub plant thing, it is absolutely yellow. And since vacuuming is a natural activity, we should always consult with Mother Nature, and Mother Nature says, yes, the RYOBI is yellow, so it shall be yellow, QED. That's like a Greek thing, which means it's been proven. So which one of these is better, the high capacity or the advanced? Now, if you're just vacuuming floors and nothing else, the high capacity is actually a pretty good value, and especially if you're already in the RYOBI ecosystem and you've got the batteries, this is a pretty good entry point, and frankly, the performance difference between these two, they're actually pretty close. Now, as you might know, this is part of a family of products that is manufactured by TTI. That includes RYOBI, Milwaukee, Hoover, Oreck, and Dirt Devil, so you might expect to see variations of these products, especially coming out from Hoover in the near future. So this is a good single-purpose vacuum, but if you want more flexibility, if you want the tools, you want the head that pops off, you can vacuum your car and all kinds of other things, the Advance is going to be a better vacuum for that kind of situation. Even though the performance is fairly similar between them, you're just getting more options over here. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you've got pets or you've got allergies, these are probably not the perfect vacuums for you because the canisters are not sealed and some of that dust and dirt can get back into your room, so just take that into consideration. These do seem to be pretty well-built vacuums. I think they're pretty solid, and at this price point, I think they're pretty competitive. And now we have found out definitively that, yes, RYOBI is yellow. But if you're looking for a stick vacuum, you should definitely check out this video right here.